look, answer me this. How is it the same people who believe that Christian Hackenberg was good, who acknowledge that he was bad in the NFL, are like, Zach Wilson is the man. Zach Wilson is going to be the truth. Yo, man, I seen the boy. I've been watching the boy.
Why you hating on Zach Wilson?
Because it's BYU. Like, look, you went down to Conway, and not only you got your butt kicked, you got your butt kicked. Okay? Like, where was his peoples when the Chanticleers rolled up on him? Like, that was my first clue. Like,
okay, that was a problem. Like, I had a big problem with that. That's a fair...
Where are your boys? Like, that's when your boys has got to come through. Like, that's why we always talk about who you want to be in a dark alley with, who you want to be in a bar with. Where were them dudes? And you know what?
Real rap though, like in a film session, when that occurred, for people that don't know what we're talking about when the Chanticleers decided to roll up on Zach Wilson at the Hail Mary after he threw an interception and just trampled him. And they all, like, that would have been a freaking, and I know they pulled up eventually. It was like late and it looked like they really weren't about that life. And maybe, it's more of their culture. I don't know. I'm not going to speak to that. But what I will say is in a film session, I've had coaches that say, if we're not going to win the game, we better win the fight.
Oh, man.
You better, if you ain't going to win the game, you better win the fight.
And like, all right. And to that point, right? The other part that bothers me is BYU got like 26-year-old true freshmen, 25-year-old true freshmen, right? They go on a mission trip. They come back grown with children, and they play on the offensive line. Like, Brady Christensen probably wins some sort of award if we're talking about, like, Penei Sewell, Brady Christensen, Alex Leatherwood, like, those are dudes. You had that guy on your offensive line, right? Dax Milne comes out of nowhere, be great for you. Baylor Romney comes out of nowhere, be great for you, right? But they could also run the football. And then I could look up and I say, all right, man, where your people's at? But I'll give Zach Wilson this. I give him this. Tremendous swag. You know how I know man got tremendous swag? A man was a high school senior who took 2 BYU cheerleaders to prom. 2 of them. He took 2 BYU cheerleaders to prom while he was still in high school.
Yeah, that's what quarterbacks in movies do.
So, like, if you go draft him on swag, all right, but to swag translate, you know who else had swag? You know who had a lot of swag? Didn't really go that well. Johnny Manziel had swag. Remember, everybody all in on Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, but for every Johnny Manziel, you guys will tell me Baker Mayfield, right?
Hey,
Baker Mayfield was
holding his. Hold up. Which one of them dudes won the Heisman Trophy and was the number 1 overall draft pick? And then which one of them dudes won a playoff game with Cleveland?
But that's my point, though. So you can't say, well, is he more Johnny Manziel or any of those things? Like, I just think that there's some of them that turn out well, some of them that don't.
When we talk in February 2022, who is going to have won more games, Justin Fields or Zach Wilson?
Ooh, well, this depends a whole lot. I hate to be the cop-out guy, but it depends on where Deshaun Watson goes, right?
No, it doesn't. Because it doesn't. It doesn't, right? Because assume that, like, you look at Max. People got Zach Wilson at number 2. They got him at number 4. Right. They got Justin Fields at 8. Like, all right, let's assume, all right. Let's say Justin Fields ends up at Atlanta. Let's say that Zach Wilson ends up at Detroit. Who win in more games?
Oh, then I would say Justin Fields.
Okay, now flip him.
I like that situation better for him.
Now flip him.
If Zach Wilson ends up in Atlanta and Justin Fields goes to Detroit, no, I would give it up to Zach Wilson. You don't think so you're not even, you're essentially saying he's not ready to play year 1. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think any of them are ready to play year 1, but I'm making them play year 1. I have enough Justin Fields tape and enough Justin Fields background to ascertain what that man is made of, and the idea that everybody at Ohio State wanted to follow him. Justin Fields is one of 2 reasons why the We Want to Play got up and going. Who heard from Zach Wilson then? Where was he? Where was Zach Wilson when everybody's opting out saying, oh, I guess they're gonna shelve us up, right? Like BYU wanted to play. BYU scheduled some games. Justin Fields out in front of Ryan Day in some respects, talking about, yo, I want to play football. And that was a dude with everything to lose. Matter of fact, if he didn't play last year, we're still talking about him as the number 2 overall draft pick. Probably more so than we would be this year. And all the man did was take him to a national championship after saying, I came back to try to win a national championship. Like, I don't see why this is an argument.
While he was injured, by the way.
Yeah, but I don't see it. I don't understand how people can be so in on Zach Wilson based on things that are dependent on how good your offensive line and wide receivers are, and so out on Justin Fields based on things that he can control. Attitude, leadership, charisma. How many people want to follow you? The man did it at Georgia and then did it at Ohio State. That's
a great point. That's a great point, because if you even juxtapose that with Jalen Hurts and what he did in Philadelphia, like, you're talking about, so that's something. I'm focusing more on the arm talent and all that type of stuff. But when we look at the intangibles and can you galvanize an NFL locker room of grown ass men and say, all right, I'm going to come in, I'm the man in this huddle. Like Jalen Hurts was able to prove that towards the end of last season. Justin Fields, I think, can do that and has that presence about him from all the examples you listed. I think it is fair for that to be a question mark with Zach Wilson. According to where you're going.
All right. So last question I have, then we'll get out of here. Of the new starters in college football, right? The new starters. Would you take Bryce Young against the field to finish as a Heisman Trophy finalist? Like, you get the entire field or you get Bryce Young?
Right. I'm going field.
Yeah. It's tough for me, right? It's tough for me because I don't know what I don't know. Want to bet on Bryce.
I mean, look how much time we spent on the Ohio State quarterback from whoever wins that situation.
Well, I've also what's interesting about that is, as much as we spend a lot of time on what we don't know about them, I know who the quarterback coach is. I know who the offensive coordinator is. I know what scheme they're running. I know about the personnel around him. At Alabama, Bill O'Brien is new offensive line coach, new running backs coach, new quarterbacks coach, right?
Yeah, yep.
The only variables that remain are a couple of dudes on offensive line, right? A couple of dudes in the backfield, but mostly just Nick Saban and Bryce Young themselves. And I'm all in on Bryce, because Bryce was down to USC and Oklahoma, pick USC, then flip to Alabama. So I've been knowing about Bryce for some time, set records in out a day. But if I told you that you get Bryce Young or JT Daniels, which one would you pick?
See, I really like Georgia this year.
I like Georgia. I'm talking about quarterback.
I know. But part of the reason why I like Georgia is I think JT Daniels will be able to have that connection with Todd Monken that you mentioned of things they got to clean up in the offseason. And they got too much talent. And they're bringing back the mountain on defense. Jordan Davis, who's like the biggest human being on the face of the earth. But
Jalen Carter, good God. And you got 6'7" Darnell Washington out there, who is a freakazoid.
Darnell Washington, he has some serious weapons.
He got all of the running backs returning. All of them.
All the backs. Seriously, Kirby, it's now or never.